I think another thing, just on the point of like design, one thing that I do sort of love about it is over time you like accumulate more and more tips. So like with Photoshop or After Effects, which I've been working in recently, it's like I'll come across a tutorial and it's like, oh, that's nice. Like I want to try and use that. Okay. And then once you've got that tip, it's like you've unlocked a new character on a game. And it's like you can
Yeah.
always use that character. You can always use that tip, in the future. And it's like you just kind of build up these like characters, these layers of just design technique that you can use in the future. And like I'm very new to it, but I feel like over time, if you just keep going with it, you'll get to a point where you like almost complete the game. And it's like you can just go into any level with any character anytime you want. And it's like, okay, I feel like that's kind of the end goal. But then maybe the game develops as well. And so there's more new tips and more characters to unlock once you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
And bring out a new episode, like a new software or whatever.
There's always the end game of creating that perfect piece and knowing a software in and out, but you'll never get there. And I think that's the joy and fun of doing it, is that you'll never get there because you constantly will always there'll always be something else to learn. There's always a new shortcut. When I was in my early stage of designing stuff, I used to like, why do people use shortcuts? The buttons are right there. There's no point using the shortcuts. When you get into work, you suddenly realize, yes, use all the shortcuts. Speeds up your work. You can concentrate on other stuff now. I mean, like, that's something that's changed my mind. I was like, oh, all right. Now you got this weird language you've all learned to use in Illustrator, for example, that helps you move around a lot quicker and do what you need to do. But yeah, I think software will always develop. You will always need to keep learning new stuff, and I think that's the fun part of it. Is that you're always a beginner almost every time. You go, right, oh, something new. I don't know how this works. And then you're a beginner again. And it's put you in that mentality again. It's quite nice to be there, because then it goes, I can't make any mistakes because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how it works. So I can make as many mistakes and experiment how this works.